Hey, what's up, guys? Malcolm Stewart, and this is the American Athlete. It's kind of cool, this is what it's about, and then I was like, the whole nervous and excitement, I was like, I kind of like this. It's one of those things that it's hard to describe. It's one of those that you have to go to. There's so much that actually happens at a Supercross race, not alone just the action racing aspect of it, but just being in the pits. There's so many activities going on. You have a lot of freestyle. There's actually so much that actually goes on. I mean, as a racer, sometimes I would like to walk around the pits just because there's so many cool things that are happening. But in that racing, there's a battle going on in every position. The 450 class is the elite class. It's like, college and NFL. There's so many things that has to happen to make a perfect race, and this, everybody knows, start is 90% of the race. Even if you do get a start, managing in it for the next 20 minutes plus a lap is one of the hardest things as well. Your goal is, of course, to beat the guy to the left or right of you, but you visualize yourself getting to that first turn first. It's all about prep and how you feel and how you get yourself hot and ready, and it's all mental at that point. But again, there's so many different gates, and some have big humps on them, or the ruts are messed up. And on top of that too, each rider that you line up next to, everybody has different motorcycles, so everybody's sound could possibly bounce off of yours, so you're dealing with vibration at this point. So you got the crowd getting loud, you got a motorcycle that could be louder, so by the time the board goes sideways, you click it up a gear, you have about 2 seconds to lock yourself in position. So you're basically not breathing at the time. I can tell you that. Your adrenaline's pumping. You're so locked and ready, and then one little flinch could possibly be the end of the race. As a racer, you're definitely trying to pass the guy that you want to. Sometimes you accidentally bump him, sometimes you kind of mean it. You kind of know the difference. I've been bumped plenty of times. The riders, have taken me out and things, and you kind of know if they meant to do it or they don't. And it's crazy how when somebody does something to you, it's like an instant snap that you want that person back. Like I said, I've been doing it for so many years that I can't help myself. If somebody hits me, they gotta get hit back. I don't know, I guess you can call me petty all you want, but I'm a racer at the end of the day. I would say the biggest thing I had to learn and overcome is trying to win my first championship back in 2016. Again, as an athlete, you put the most pressure on yourself, and that's something that you have to balance, how you deal with life. Again, you eat, sleep, think about racing, and your mind's constantly running because you invested so much, you sacrificed so much, and the last thing you want to do is, have it just go away like that. And I have to remember back in 2016, I had a 10-point lead at one point, and I had a really, really bad race. I went down in the first turn, I got back up, and I was stressing out, and all I could think about is points, but I was no longer thinking about the race, I was just thinking about points. And I felt like that overwhelmed me in the race, and if anything, I went backwards, and I ended up actually dead even with the points gap. And I just remember, like, what were you thinking? Just all you had to do is relax, and you would have been perfectly fine. And I let the media kind of get a hold of me, and I felt like the other team that I was racing against at the time, they could start to sense that I was starting to break, and I wasn't racing the next couple races that good, barely getting a podium, and the guy that my competition was, he was winning, and it was just really just not strategizing it so well. And I said, you know what, if I'm going to win this championship, I gotta act like I'm gonna lose it. Don't try to defend the title. And the moment that I made that decision in my head on the gate with 2 races ago, I ended up winning it. And your mind's a powerful thing. It's a very powerful thing. And sometimes that you have to release all that. Just let the pressure, because you put so much on your shoulders. You're just like, hey man, just why are you doing this? What made you throw your leg over the motorcycle? Why are you here? It's not because it's a job. It's because when you're a little kid and you're watching your favorite rider on TV, what was it? It looked fun. That was it. And I had to regroup myself and realize that racing is about fun. When I remember I crossed the last lap, I crossed the checker flag and I won the championship in Vegas 2016. And that's the first thing that came to my mind. I said, hey buddy, you did it, and the reason why you did it is because it was fun.